Good morning and happy Saturday. I am going to stop my music. We were having a little party over here. Where's my music? Always start with the party. All we do is win. Look at that. What a great song to start with. Okay, I'm yelling. I got to calm down. I get super excited. So I know, bring it down a notch, Kelly. I just finished my Energize. So it's not just her working out. My name is Kelly, and I am going to be running this Brunch and Biz call today, and I'm so happy and excited that you're here. And we're going to take maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and I'm going to kind of tell you all there is to know about coaching, what makes a good coach, and what we do as coaches, how to get started, how to have success, and how it can absolutely change your life. So I am so grateful that you are here. You are taking time on your Saturday morning to be with us. And I hope at the end of this 45 minutes or this time this morning, you will have a new lease on what is possible in your life, okay? So first thing I'm gonna ask you is that somebody here today invited you to this call. So there's a coach that's here or maybe not here that invited you because they saw something in you that they thought you would be a good addition to our team and would be really good at being a coach. And I just totally lost my train of thought. So what I want to ask you today is I want to ask you to open your mind, at least for this time. Maybe you've never thought about it yourself. You're like, what is it? What is a coach? What I don't even understand. Open your mind to being available to hear what's possible. Okay. So again, my name is Kelly. If you don't know who I am, I have been a coach for just over six years. I am the founder of Team Fit to Love. And so if you have been invited by a coach that is here in some way, shape, or form, they are a part of the team that I created 6 years ago, but we are all one team. And we all come together to benefit other people as well as ourselves and help people live happy and healthy lifestyles. So I am going to share my screen and I'm going to get into my presentation. Give me a second here. I gotta open it up. So today we're going to talk about what is coaching and is it for you? So if you are here, it's because you were invited by somebody, like I said, because they saw something in you and they want you to know what's possible. They want you to, to be here to listen with us. And we know that not every single person that we come in contact with or that we invite or that, that inquires about being a coach, it might not be what's for you. But if you're here because you want something else, you're looking for something else, or you're thinking that something else is possible, maybe it's not coaching, but maybe that I want you to continue to look for that thing that will fuel your fire, that will set your soul on fire. Okay? The people that are here, we found coaching, that is the thing that sets our soul on fire. So if that's the thing that does it for you, I'm absolutely excited about that. It is what I found when I didn't even know I needed it. And so I'm hoping that if it's not coaching, you will still continue to seek that thing that sets your soul on fire. Okay. So I know that not everybody that's going to be watching this, whether it's live or the recording, might make the decision to become a coach, but I want you to keep looking for that thing that will get you to take the steps to becoming the best version of yourself. So who makes a good coach and who doesn't? Okay. So just like I said, not everybody is this is not going to be the thing, but a lot of times people get in their brain and they have these limiting beliefs. And so they fail before they even start. They don't give themselves the chance to even see what's possible because they put all these excuses, throw out all these objections before they even try. So I'm gonna bust all these myths for you before you can even do it yourself. Okay. So when I started 6 years ago. I was recently divorced. I was a single mom. When I started as a coach, I think she was almost 2. She's 8 now. So yeah, she was almost 2. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had a good job as a high school counselor. But I was single income. There was literally no money left at the end of the month, right? And so I went looking for something that I could do to earn an extra income. I wasn't looking for a physical transformation. I wasn't looking for community. I was looking for a paycheck. And and again, there's millions of different reasons why coaches start. You're only going to hear my story today. Hopefully the coach that invited you, you've watched their stories and you've heard about how their life has been changed by this. But when I started coaching, I was looking for that extra income. And I had no idea how to run a business. I had no idea, how to sell stuff. I was into fitness. I was always I was a gym rat. I was in the gym 6 days a week. I would work out an hour to an hour and a half at the gym. But then I would never follow a nutrition plan. I never ate. I was like, oh, I can outwork my bad diet, right? I can just go to the gym and do all the things. So I was somebody who was conscious of living quote unquote healthy lifestyle, but I needed income. And so when this opportunity was presented to me, I started actually with a program, and my boyfriend at the time, his best friend, was he and his wife were full-time Beachbody coaches. They had retired from their day jobs. One was a teacher, one was an attorney, and they had both retired from their day jobs to be full-time coaches and were some of the top coaches in the network. And I was like, huh. I went on a vacation with them one weekend. We went on a weekend trip, and I listened to the wife, my upline, my mentor, Monica. I listened to her talking, doing business and things on the phone, and I didn't ask questions. I didn't inquire then, but I just listened. And I wasn't like, eavesdropping, but she was like doing it. I wasn't like looking around the corner, but she was, sending voice messages and things like that. And I was just listening. And it was so intriguing to hear her talk about the possibility. I heard her talking about income. I heard her, she was literally on the phone with the CEO of the company, or they were in a group where she was sending messages and she was having input with the top person in this humongous organization. They cared what she had to say. And so I just listened and I listened, and I had already started. It was February, and I had started a at-home workout program. It was P90X3 was the one that I started with. So I started in January, and this was in February. So it was about 6 weeks. I never finished that program. It was a 3-month program. I never actually finished the whole program. I didn't get any results from it. But in the middle of that program, I signed up as a coach because I saw the possibility of earning an income. I didn't know what I had to do. I didn't know what a coach did. I was like the unicorn of coaches for people that I just signed up. It was like, I didn't wait for it till I had a transformation. I didn't wait till I had, results from using the products, or, it wasn't like I joined and I was like, I fell in love with the products and I'm like, now I need to be a coach or get a discount. I was just like, yep, sign me up. I want all the things, do it. I'm going to figure this out. Right. And I did that. And I saw I had early success in the business with signing up my boyfriend, and then signing up some friends at work, and signing up some friends outside of work. And I had some early success. But for most people, it doesn't happen that easily. It's not, there's a lot of objections. There's a lot of limiting beliefs. And I still had all those. They came after the fact that I signed up. So it actually stalled my progress after I got started. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I had no idea how to sell anything. I was not a salesperson. I was a school counselor. Okay. I truly believe that we do not sell our products. They sell themselves. Once I got into committing and following a program to our nutrition plans, when I got my Shakeology, I never missed a day. I was sad every single day that I would drink it for my breakfast every morning on the way to work. And I would be sad every day that it was gone because I'd have to wait till the next day to have my shake again. They sell themselves. I actually think people that are good salespeople won't be successful in this business, because it's more like sharing what works for you versus just being a salesperson. At first, I tried to be that salesperson. I was like, oh, I know these products work for other people. I'm not following them, but I know they work. I know these programs work. So I'm going to try to sell you on what works, but I'm not willing to do the work myself. So that worked for a little bit of time, because anybody, your best friend, your family, they're like, oh yeah, what are you doing? I want to try that. I want to try that. They see the before and afters of the people in the, the programs, the test groups, and they're like, oh, that looks awesome. So I was good at that salesy salesperson because I wasn't living the lifestyle. But the people that have fallen in love with the programs, they've fallen in love with this lifestyle of living your best life, legitimately living your best life. We don't have to sell. Now I share my story. I share my journey. I share what I'm doing, just as you would share your favorite restaurant, right? You would share your favorite clothing boutique. You would share your favorite hair products or whatever it is. You share those things because you love them and they've changed your life in some way, shape, or form, right? The second one, but I don't have time. And this is huge. When I first started as a coach, I was a full-time counselor, and I was a single mom. And so I didn't have a lot of extra time, but I made the time to work the business. It didn't happen overnight, just as with our health and wellness journey. We hear so many people have the same excuse for not being able to work out or not being able to eat well or all these things as we're working with them, because until it becomes important, we don't find that time. Okay, so before, when I was super busy, I was like, I don't have time to work out even 30 minutes a day. And I didn't do that for years. I actually, I was a coach for several years before I made it a consistent effort to show up every single day for myself to work out. Now I can't not find the time. That is the one thing that I do every single day. There's a lot of things I do every single day now. But it's funny that when you prioritize the things that matter most, it's like you can't not find the time to do those things that matter most. And I have coaches that work full time. They are mother of several kids, like Miss Laura up here. She is a teacher working full time, and she has 2 kids at home. So now with distance learning, not only is she teaching a full-time schedule, she's also homeschooling her 2 kids. Her husband's at home. Her house is full. And she continues to show up not only for herself, but for her team, for her customers every single day, because she makes the time. Okay. When you find something that is important to you, you will make the time. I worked during lunch times. I worked during nap times. When my daughter, fortunately she was younger, so she went to bed way earlier, way back when. So when she went to bed, I would sit up and I would work. You make the time for things that are important to you. And that might seem harsh, but it's absolutely true. Third limiting belief, and this is a huge one that a lot of people have. And I will tell you, I had this like tenfold, even when I started coaching, which is why I focused on the selling aspect. And I'm like, oh, I can just sell these programs because I'm not inspiring. I don't have I don't have a transformation yet. I'm just going to sell these programs because I know they work, but I'm not going to use them, as they are intended to be used. I was, as I said, recently divorced. I came out of a very, very verbally, emotionally, and mentally abusive relationship. I was with my ex-husband. We were only married 3 years, but I was with him for almost 11 years, I believe, before I finally said enough is enough and left. So when I left, I was literally a shell of a person. I suffered from depression and anxiety. The last thing that I believed about myself is that I was inspiring, or that I could inspire anyone to do anything. And so that is a limiting belief. And as I started this process, when I became a coach, and the number one job is to work on yourself. The number one job as a coach is to work on you and become the best version of you possible. And when I started really diving into that, looking at how can I be a better mom? How can I be a better wife? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better coach? And I shared the things that I was doing to be a better mom, wife, coach, friend. that started inevitably was inspiring other people to make changes in their own life. It's still today, when somebody says you've inspired me to do, it literally still, I have to check and go, how am I inspiring somebody else because of the person that I used to be, that I remember that shell of a person. I felt so broken. And so like nobody cared about me. Nobody loved me. How could I ever be loved? I didn't love myself. How could I inspire anybody else to change? But what I did was show my journey day in and day out. I showed my journey and I kept improving myself, that other people started to notice. And when you're consistent over time, people start to adapt, that you're following, people start to adapt to some of those, to those changes. They start incorporating them in their daily lives. And then just like I've been inspired by other people that I follow, people start to be inspired by you. It's something that happens over time as you build yourself. Okay. But I'm not in shape. So a lot of objections that people have when they're offered this opportunity to coach. Well, I don't have a transformation story, or I still have 10 pounds to lose, or I want to wait till I finish a program before I sign up as a coach. The problem is people want to see the journey. Just as I just said in that last, talking about being inspiring. It's hard to be inspired by somebody who throws up a before and after picture and goes, look at what I just did. Look at what I just did. Look at all this. And they go, well, but how did you do that? Did you have to starve yourself? Did you have to take out all the things like tortilla chips and vodka sodas? What did you do? What was that journey to get to that transformation? And so the best, it's funny now because I look at it so differently. I go, when new coaches are starting and they haven't started a program, or they're going to start a program and then I'm like, you're so lucky you get to show people the journey from start to finish. If I could go back and start coaching, doing it differently when I first started coaching, I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have showed every single day, all the different things, the struggles, the triumphs, the blood, sweat, and tears, because that's not that people want to watch you suffer, but they also want to see the journey. They want to know that it's not easy for you too. Because if they think it's easy, if they think, one of my biggest, the woman that I follow and am the most inspired by, she is the fittest person I've ever seen. Like, and I watched and I was like, oh, if I have to do all the things that she does, like if I have to be exactly like her, I'm never going to be fit, quote unquote fit. I'm never going to. And one day I saw her post about modifying, and I saw her post that she was dying and she was like doing, some work, and she was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I was like, what? She has to modify too? She's dying, like she's out of breath. Like I just assumed she was this freak of nature that never got out of breath and just could do every workout, to 100 degree. And it was like, again, not that I enjoyed seeing her suffer, but it made her a real human being to me, and something that I could aspire to, and that it was okay to modify, and that it was okay to be dying, and that's what real people, that's what happens. And so the other part of this, I'm not in shape. What if you don't have a transformation story? This coach that I follow did not have a transformation. Kisa, that's on this call, one of my coaches, she's never been overweight in her life. She's never had this thing, but she knew she had to be healthy. You can be unhealthy and not need to lose a ton of weight, right? And I'm not saying she's unhealthy, or she wasn't healthy, but I know when she joined, she wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. She wanted to stop this yo-yo exercising, like stopping and starting and not committing to anything. And she also wanted to improve her nutrition and all that stuff. She doesn't have a transformation story. But what she did in terms of a physical transformation, I would say, it's not just about a physical transformation. There are so many more types of transformation. There's financial, mental. Mine is hands down my mental transformation over the last 6 years, even probably the last 2 years of being a coach, is what I value the most. Again, I don't have a huge physical transformation story. I've definitely come out of the yo-yo dieting and the yo-yo working out, and I've been able to maintain a healthy weight and a healthy, but but I don't have this huge 50-pound weight loss or anything, but my mental transformation, and the hardest part is that's the hardest to show, right? Is to share with people and talk about your mental transformation. But that is what I value the most. And now the financial transformation that's happening in my life and some of my coaches' lives, the goals that they have to retire their job and move back to their hometown, those are other things that help inspire people. It doesn't have to necessarily be a physical transformation. This is a community of people that are trying to live their best lives in all areas of their life. It just so happens that the thing that sometimes gets that started is our health and fitness. It's crazy that I started a health and fitness business to, work out at home when I didn't have the money to go continue working at a gym and pay for the daycare, when I had a little daughter. And every time I would go to the gym class and they'd call me and she pooped her pants or she's bawling and you have to come get her. And I would never get to do the class. So I started working out from home. When I started that and trying to get a little bit of extra income, I never could have imagined how my life would change for the better with the people. Every single person on this call right now, every single person on my team was a complete stranger and are some of my best friends, people I talk to every single day. And I can't imagine my life without them. I can't imagine who the person that's sitting here to who I would be without the opportunities that have come into my life because of this coaching opportunity. And it's not just workouts and nutrition. Okay. And it's the personal development. It's the conferences, the things that I want to do and aspire to be, because my number one job as a coach was to take care of me. And a lot of people think that they don't know enough people. I live in a small town, or I don't, I'm brand new to social media. I don't have a following. The only people I knew were my high school friend. Facebook, Instagram wasn't a thing when I started, or might have been a thing, but I wasn't using it. And it wasn't really used for this. I started with the people at my work, my friends and family, and just sharing with the people that were close to me. As I continued on this journey, I started sharing on social media. I started sharing on Facebook, on Instagram, and people started following. They started coming to me. I started with 0 followers, as every single person does. We all start at 0, and the beauty of this is we get to grow. Like I just said, all of these people on the call that I knew that are on my team were complete strangers that I met, all of them through social media, all of them. And we can say that social media has a lot of negative things about it. It also has so many positive things about social media and how we can help people. We could only, before social media, we could only help people, within an arm's reach. Now we can help people all over the country, essentially all over the world, Canada, the UK, France now, and to change their lives. We have such a huge reach that we can change not only our own life, but the lives of others. And so again, when I started 6 years ago, I didn't even have an Instagram account. Now I think I have over 6,000 followers. Everybody starts from square one. Okay? Everybody starts from square one. And the last objection I want to talk about, and I think this comes up, and not necessarily for maybe people, like if you're on this call, you might not be thinking this, but what if a spouse or your significant other or your friends and family, when you talk to them, you say, I'm going to go and watch or listen to a business opportunity about being a Beachbody coach. Well, isn't that a pyramid scheme? Maybe somebody else has this, limiting belief or this objection. First of all, pyramid schemes are absolutely illegal. So we would not be able to function as an organization if we were a pyramid scheme. And the premise of a pyramid scheme or an organization that runs on that is basically you are compensated for bringing people in. So you sign somebody, and then those people sign somebody, and then you get bonuses and you get all this money for essentially not distributing any products, but just recruiting. The more people that you recruit, the more people, or the more money that you make. And that is absolutely not the case with Beachbody. I don't make anything by bringing in Kisa or Lori or Michelle or any of these other coaches. I don't make anything by bringing them in unless I help them be successful in their own businesses. I don't benefit from them being a coach on my team unless I in turn help them be successful, and then help them help their coaches be successful and their customers be successful. So, so I'm not just, I don't get a bonus for recruiting Kisa and then just letting her fall by the wayside and then, or telling her to recruit all these people. And then the second thing I want you to think about with, and oh, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but if you have questions, because I'm like, as I'm saying these, I'm like, you might have questions at the end, please put them in the chat box, or at the end, I'm going to open up for questions as well. So you can either put them in the chat box, write them down, and save to the end. But the other thing I want you to think about is literally every single corporation is essentially, oh my God, I can't think of the word, built like a pyramid, right? So you think about even into politics, you have the president, you have the Senate and the House, and you have all the way trickle down to the voters, right? The odds of me becoming president are probably very slim, right? What about an organization like Nike? So you have a CEO, CFO, all these people, all the way down to the bottom, just workers, right? What are the odds of that worker? I think I heard that there's 12,000 employees in Nike Corporation, like at Nike Corporate. What are the odds of that, of one of those 12,000 workers at the bottom becoming the CEO? Probably pretty slim, right? When you sign up as a Beachbody coach, you are your own CEO. You are instantly a CEO of your own company. And you can you have the ability to out-earn, to outrank the person that brought you into this business. The opportunities are limitless. Does that make sense? So like where I'm in education, so there's a principal, there's associates, then there's counselors, then there's teachers. It's all, there's the superintendent, and it all trickles down. The likelihood of me being a superintendent, well, first of all, or even a principal, it's going to take years of education. It's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of time and energy. And then even when I do all of that, in order to become a principal at a school, you got to kiss the right butts. You got to know what you're doing. Like, I mean, it's a lot harder to hit the top rank in any other organization than when you become your own CEO in your own business. Okay. Instantly, you are a CEO and you have, the sky is the limit in terms of your income possibility, your rank possibility. The sky is the limit. It's based on what you choose to do, how much you choose to work, how much energy you choose to put in. It's all based on what you choose to do, which was hugely encouraging to me as a high school counselor when my job, didn't matter how good of a counselor I was, didn't matter if I, had the highest graduation rate, didn't matter, it did not matter. I earned the same income as the next person. My income, I never got a raise because I had I never, like, none of that. It was not based on what I did or how good of a counselor I was. It was all based on just one straight, imperfect salary system. This was the first time in my life where I had an opportunity to earn based on what I did and how many people I helped. How amazing is that? I helped people all the time in high school, and don't get me wrong, I loved my job and I loved helping kids, but it didn't matter how many kids I helped or what. I was not compensated financially. There was no way I could get ahead financially. Okay. And if you don't sacrifice now for what you want becomes the sacrifice. So again, you're here for a reason. Right now, as I'm building my business and my goals have changed to retire from my teaching career to be full, I'm a half-time middle school counselor now and a half-time coach. And now I want to retire that job and I want to be at home full time. And so there's some things right now that maybe when I'm watching a television show with my husband, I have my computer and I'm working through that show because I want to be able to have that time freedom. So I'm maybe making a little bit of sacrifice now so that later I have that time freedom. I'm able to do those things without working. I can go on vacations whenever I want. I can do those things because I put in the work now. So what does a coach do? And this is literally, it's very simple. It's not easy to be a coach as we learn in terms of, you have to grow as a person. You have to make daily changes in your life. So it's simple, but it's not easy. But personally, I think anything in life that's worth having is not easy, right? So your number one job, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is work on becoming the best you. That is your number one job. And as you see in all these before and after photos, clearly these are just part of the story, part of the picture. But this is where it started. These people came together, came here to change their life in some way. Probably by looking at these photos, they knew they needed to make a physical change, or they needed to make, a nutritional change. And that started them on their journey to being the best version of yourself. Every day I wake up and I get up, I read my personal development while I drink my pre-workout, and then I go work out every single day. Well, except this morning because I woke up late and I had to do this first and then I'll work out. But anyway, almost every day, I work on me first. That is our number one job. And for a long time, I thought that was really selfish. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so selfish. I have a young daughter. My husband's here. I'm like, nope. Even now with distance learning, I'm like, my daughter's homeschool does not start until after my workout is done. Like that is what I need to do for myself. And I need to take care of me before I can have any energy to take care of anybody else. And as a coach, we do take care of other people. We do take care of our customers. We take care of our teammates, and we help them and we support them. And so we are not taking care of ourselves first. How do we have the energy to help other people be successful? If I'm not walking the walk, how can I talk the talk? So I have to take care of me first. That's physically, mentally, spiritually, all of those things. We need to take care of ourselves first. That is your number one job. And while you're doing that, you shine your light for others. So we're sharing our journeys. We're sharing what we do, how we're improving our lives, how we're growing, how we're evolving. We share that. We share that with our friends. We share that with our family. We share that with strangers. Because as our lives improve, like and this is what, in this time that we've been in, it's been really hard to be as excited about what I do and share so enthusiastically like I used to, because I absolutely love what I do. And I know what I do changes lives. Every single person on this call right now, their life has been changed in some way, shape, or form. And the fact that I get to be just a small part of that is amazing. It is absolutely incredible. And had I not shared my story, my journey, none of these people would have gotten to be a part. Like I would have not got to be a part of their journey. I would not have gotten to be a part of their transformation. And so, yes, it seems it's you might be vulnerable, or it's uncomfortable to share and to do these things. But what's possible is that you help change somebody else's life. Like, it's incredible. And again, it's a journey. I didn't start out sharing my whole life on social media. I didn't start out knowing exactly what to say or exactly what to do. That's the beauty of being able to evolve and grow and learn and mess up. I messed up so many times on social media, in terms of, when I say mess up, like, just like maybe I was really salesy, or maybe I didn't know how to tell my story, or maybe, like, we get to make mistakes and we get to keep learning and growing. That is the beauty of being able to be the writer of our own story. My story has changed. Like, it's funny, like my before and after, talking about transformations, my before and after, and I don't even want to say after because it's during. I'm still continually growing and learning and evolving, and it's just, and I don't want to stop. That's one thing. I used to be somebody who's like, well, I guess this is what my life is like. I'm just going to do the same thing every day, and then the next day I do the exact same thing. And now every day I want to be better. I know there's an opportunity to be better every single day, to keep growing, to keep learning. And then once we do that, we help others do the same thing. So we work on ourselves, we share that, we share it, we shine the light out for others to see what's possible. And then when they finally feel that confidence to join us, then we help them do the same thing. We support them. Whether it's through the fitness and health, or it's their coaching journey, we help people do exactly what we did. So what could you do with an extra $750 a month? Think about that. Right now in these crazy times, and whether or not you've been off work, or been furloughed, or different things, or maybe you've been working full time, you've still been working throughout this whole thing. But what could $750 a month do for you and your family? When we started, or as a coach, if you were to do the bare minimum, so think about, whatever job, if you were doing the bare minimum of your job, we invite 3 people. We ask that coaches invite 3 people each month to get started on their health and fitness journey, whether they're signing up as a customer or as a coach. We encourage people to get 3, not 30, not 10, 3 people a month started on their own journey. If you do that in month 1, just the bare minimum, which is hitting Success Club, and that's a term, it's a coaching term, but hitting Success Club in month 1, you earn $150. Month 1, you've just earned your investment into this coaching business back in your very first month by helping 3 people get started. $150 investment to open up your own business. Think about that. There's no products to buy besides what you're going to use yourself. So that $150 is good. That investment that you're purchasing for yourself. You are consuming all that you purchase for yourself. There's no buy-in. There's no products to buy. There's no inventory to hold. You only use you only purchase what you use yourself. So in that first month, and most of the startup packages are about $150. We're going to talk about that on the next screen, around there. So in the first month, you can earn your investment back. I had 2 coaches that signed up 2 months ago at the very end of the month. So they signed up, they started with their package. Within 2 weeks, not only did they hit the first month's goal of helping at least 3 people, one actually I think helped 5 in 2 weeks. She earned her investment plus some in 2 weeks of that first month that she joined, and helped people get started. I want to emphasize the fact that when I talk about money, and those are lives changed. So those 3 next to that 50, those are people's lives that are changed, that have the opportunity to change their own life with the support of you. So yes, money, I went into this business for money, and sometimes it feels icky talking about that, but it is a business. It is absolutely a business. We are a business of helping people, which I love. The fact that I can earn an income by helping other people. I mean, that's why I'm a counselor, right? That's why I went into education, because I wanted to help people. So I want to remember that those are lives changed, but you also earn an income being able to do that. How cool is that? So month 1, $150 if you just did the bare minimum. Month 2, now you do the bare minimum again. Another inviting 3 people to get started on their journey, another $150. Those 3 people for month 1 are still drinking their Shakeology. They're loving it. They're on their second month. You earn commission based off that second purchase. You're earning commission on each one of those bags of Shakeology that ships out that second month. So in month 2, you've earned almost $250 just by doing the bare minimum for the 2 months. Okay, that's it. That's just the bare minimum. Going into month 3, same thing, doing the bare minimum. You're earned another $150. You now have 6 people on Shakeology Home Direct, and for a total of almost $350. After 3 months in the business, you've made almost $750. Just by doing the bare minimum. This is not helping anybody else get started that's not with a challenge pack, or using any other products, or signing coaches and what they might be doing. This is just doing the bare minimum. Okay. And if you hit Success Club the first 3 months of your business, you also earn a free ticket to Summit. It's called a Success Starter. You earn a free ticket to Summit, which is our annual conference. And you also get to be a part of a brand new program's test group. So one of my coaches, Shakia, she was a Success Starter. She hit Success Club 10 in her first 3 months of the business. She earned her free ticket to Summit for next year, since it was canceled this year. And she also is now currently in the Muscle Burn Fat. It's a program that's going to be released this summer. She is in the test group for that program, which will be huge, not only for herself, but for her business, and being able to be part of a test group of a brand new program. So what could you do with $750? Think about that. I know for me, I now have a financial goal that I have to meet you know, a monthly income goal so that I can retire or resign from my job. Before that was my, you know, when I first started as a coach and thinking about $750, my first check was $40. My first Beachbody check was $40 and it felt like $750. I did not have any extra money at the end of the month. I couldn't go to happy hours. I couldn't get my nails done. I couldn't, and this is before COVID, so I could actually have gone and got my nails done, but I couldn't afford it. I couldn't go to coffee dates with my girlfriends. I was embarrassed because I didn't have any extra income. So that $40 that I earned, that I made, and I could kind of set away because I'd already paid all my bills and I had done all the things that a responsible adult does. I could take that $40 and I could go get my nails done, or I could go have coffee and even treat my girlfriend to coffee, you know? And so $750, I think, college fund for my daughter, paying my car payment. What if you just earned $250 a month and that paid your car payment or your car insurance or your gas or part of your groceries? What could that do for you? What could that amount of money do for you in your life? And so if you are ready to join, if something today has sparked your desire to want more change in your life, you came here for a reason, there was something or the coach that invited you said, I'm intrigued, I want to check that out. If you are ready to make a change, I want you to reach out to the coach that brought you here today. I want you to reach out. I want you to talk to them about the best package to get you started. Because remember, this is an investment in you that has limitless possibilities. When you invest in yourself and then desire to pay it forward and share your journey with others, that's where you can build a business. And you could build a big business or a small business. But when I joined, I wanted to earn an income, but I wanted to do that by helping people. So the bigger business that I create, the more people that I can help, And that is my ultimate purpose, is to help people live happier and healthier lives, be the best version of themselves every single day. I can't remember if there was another. Oh yeah. I'm like, I couldn't remember if there was another slide. So, we all have big dreams. I have never dreamed as big as I do now. I remember when I was married to my ex-husband, and I remember standing, I think it was probably after an argument or something, where he said something. Actually, I do remember exactly what he said to me. And I literally just stood there and I go, this is my life. I guess this is my life. This is like, I was meant to have a mediocre life. Like, some people get these amazing lives with these amazing husbands and amazing, families and all this stuff. And apparently this is the life that I was dealt. This is the hand I was dealt. And I literally believe that I was stuck. I had there was nowhere to go. And I was like, I guess this is it. And that's a horrible feeling to feel. And I literally never have that feeling anymore. It took a lot of hard work, and I remember that day, and I still didn't leave for a while, but it took a lot of hard work, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of support from my community. But those dreams that you have, or maybe haven't even been able to dream, they are absolutely possible. And it's totally in your hands. Now, everything I want is at my fingertips. I just have to believe that I can do it and then take action to get it. I finally made you can't see it on my wall, but I made my vision board. I look at it every single day. And for whatever reason, after making it and putting it up, I truly believe it's possible. I used to always have it in my head. I would have these goals and these things that I wanted, but it was just kind of floating around in my head. And I was like, I don't really feel it's possible. I don't know why, but by putting it up on a wall and cutting out all the little things and printing them out, I absolutely believe they're all possible. They're going to all take time to get. It's not going to happen overnight, but I believe that they're all absolutely possible. So I'm going to stop talking because I like to talk a lot. I'm going to unshare my screen, and I'm going to open it up to see if anybody has questions, comments. Oh, good. I thought I didn't hit record, but I did. No questions, no comments. Awesome. Well, again,
Kelly,
Oh, yeah.
I actually want to make a comment.
Okay.
So because you and I obviously know the bigger picture beyond this like Zoom call, but for some of the people on the call, they wouldn't see that. So I think one thing that's really important to realize is like Kelly's story is Kelly's story, and Laura, those of you who know me, like Laura's story is Laura's story, but our stories are all really different. And actually in our larger team, beyond what you're seeing here, the stories are very different too. And one thing that I've noticed when I talk to people is they tend to look at whoever is the coach who invited them and they say, but I can't be you. And it's like, you're not supposed to be me. like I'm me. I'm authentically Laura. I don't want anyone else to be Laura. Like, don't take that from me. You I'm in the middle of talking. She was quiet the entire time. Okay. So anyways, what I was going to say is that you can be yourself. Like we have people of all ages on our team. That's one thing that I think is really cool when you start to see the bigger team. Like I'm talking, there's people who are in their 20s up through, I believe we might even have up to 70s even. I'm not positive, definitely 60s. And beyond that, we have people of different races. We have people of different professions. One of the people that Kelly was mentioning, who is her husband's best friend, Dave, he's like a leader for us. He's an ex-lawyer. I remember like when I first came into this, I was like, a lawyer did that? Like I literally couldn't get over that a lawyer did this and quit his job. Like that for me was some sort of like, whoa, this is real. So I just don't, please stop yelling at me. This is my parenting. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that if you just sat here and watched Kelly and you're like, I can't be her, like that's never been the request. And that's never been what's in front of you, is to be who you're seeing. This opportunity is going to give you tools, and we will help you make those tools be authentic to you, not to who we are. So
great. I love it. And yeah, and we did the that is the beauty, and not that anybody wants to be me, but I didn't want to be me for a long time, and I had to learn to love myself to be able to not only help others but be successful in life and in this business. And so I appreciate that Laura pointed that out, because maybe you were expecting the person that invited you to be the one talking today, and hopefully you've been following them, so you know, and now you can go back to that person that invited you and ask questions. Maybe you want to know more about their story, or you want to know about how they're going to help you be successful. That is our job. And the beauty is we all work together. So when you sign up with Laura, or you sign up with Kisa, or you sign up with Rebecca, you get all of us. You get all of us. We are a team. We are a team of one. We are Team Beachbody. I get help and assistance from coaches. Oh my gosh, am I sweating through my jacket? That's embarrassing. That's never happened before. I go and I learn from coaches that don't even know I exist. We all work together, we all support each other, and we all come together. So I just hope that you will, take the information you've received today. If you have more questions, if you're ready to just get going, please reach out to the coach that invited you, and let's do this together. All right? All right. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and hopefully I'll see you in the team page. Talk to you guys later.